He was a perfectly healthy little boy, and then our world changed, honestly, in 72 hours. He was diagnosed in August of 2007, and overnight he became paralyzed, so that made us take him to the Children's Hospital. And it took him a few days, but basically they found out he had a tumor wrapped around his spine. They did an emergency laminectomy and they removed the tumor and they tested it and found out it was Ewing sarcoma. So then we began an immediate regime of chemotherapy, and then he had proton therapy, and then back to chemotherapy for almost a year.
After the surgery we had to deal with scoliosis, kyphosis, and so he wore a back brace almost 7 years, and up until the point last year where his kyphosis got over 90 degrees, and at that point we knew the surgery was going to have to happen.
Even though he has had 3 back surgeries, he still wants to be an active 10-year-old, so he's very energetic. He doesn't let any of this really keep him down much. Well, I knew a guy that was on the board of the We Promise Foundation, and he knew about Jacob's case. And it was true, we were so devastated from the cancer and tired from the treatment, and just, they were able to really give him a special dream, which he wanted to meet Thomas the Tank Engine. I had rather hoped for a Disney cruise, but seeing that he was 3, he wanted to meet Thomas. He was thrilled with the whole trip, just from the beginning to the end, so it was really nice to see him happy after having spent so much time in the hospital.
We first heard about the We Promise Foundation Gala when Jake was invited to be an honored guest, and as you probably can imagine, he commanded the floor.
And then he's been to everyone since, except for last year.
Hi, my name is Jacob, and I can't be here tonight with you as I had major spinal fusion back surgery 4 weeks ago today up in Philadelphia. Before. After. And now my back looks great. I haven't missed a gala since We Promise Foundation invited me as an honored guest 5 years ago. My mom, dad, and doctors all say that I need time to heal. And all after this type of surgery between you and me, I feel just fine. I want to thank everyone for all the well wishes I received. And I want to thank everyone for coming out and supporting this great cause. A special big thank you to everyone at We Promise Foundations for making all this possible. Thank you. Before I leave you to all the fun and festivities, I promise to always have the high score on video games. I promise to have fun, be safe, always with my family. But most of all, I promise to see you next year. Bye.
Without the We Promise Foundation, I'm really not even sure where we'd be at. It has brought a lot of happiness and joy back into life to see him happy.
I think it really changed our mindset that there was a future ahead and there was fun in our lives again. And you need that, because fighting cancer is like fighting a war. And a lot of parents say, it's like post-traumatic stress syndrome. I mean, you don't realize what you've been through until you have a chance to kind of sit back and really see the world back through your kids' eyes again. You never realize how lucky you are to have a healthy child until you don't. And so to be able to rally around the families that have had to deal with life-threatening illness of a child, I really can't think of too much of a better way to help.
It's just kind of a love that has grown as a result of something bad has made something good. And it's great. We have, a great children's hospital, treating the kids, and then we have a great foundation that, makes them happy, gives them a future to look forward to, and it's just wonderful.
A lot of people say to me, well, this cancer must have been devastating, but it also had an opposite side of finding people that were charitable and giving and loving. And so with that surrounding you, it makes that trip so much easier.
Since I wasn't able to go to the gala last year, I made a video. At the end of the video, I promised that I would be there next year. I kept my promise. What's yours?